Picture this. It's a random Tuesday morning in February or March. You walk out to your mailbox, or maybe you log into your banking app while you're having your morning coffee. You're expecting the usual, maybe a bill, maybe a junk flyer, or maybe a modest tax refund that's just enough to pay off a little credit card debt or buy a new TV. But then you see the number, and you blink. You rub your eyes and look again. It's not hundreds, it's thousands. Significantly more than you have ever seen sitting in that refund amount box before. You might think there's been a mistake. You might think the IRS added an extra zero by accident. But let me tell you right now, it is not a mistake. Welcome to 2026. We are currently staring down the barrel of what the White House is calling the largest tax refund season in United States history. We are talking about a historic transfer of wealth back into the pockets of the people who earned it, you. But why is this happening now? And more importantly, how do you make sure you don't miss out on a single dime? Here is exactly what is going on. President Trump has officially rolled out the red carpet for American taxpayers through the Working Families Tax Cuts Act. While politicians argue in Washington, the ink is dry and the math is simple. The government is taking less, so you keep more. If you've been watching the news, you've probably seen the headlines. USA Today is reporting that while the average refund last year was just under $3,000, this year, analysts are expecting that average to jump by nearly 30%. The Wall Street Journal is admitting that Main Street is the big winner here, predicting the average family could see an extra $1,000 to $2,000 on top of their normal refund. CBS News put it best. We are looking at a potential $50 billion staying in American households instead of going to the Treasury. This isn't just a tweak to the system. It's a complete overhaul designed to reward work. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, billions of dollars sound great, but what does that mean for my bank account? Why is this so important to me? Let's break this down with simple, real-world examples. First, let's talk about the service industry. Imagine you're a server, a bartender, or a caddy. You spend your shifts on your feet, running around, making sure customers are happy. For decades, the IRS treated your tips just like regular salary. You worked for that cash, and then Uncle Sam took a bite out of it. Not this year. Under the new no tax on tips policy, if a customer hands you a $20 bill for great service, that $20 is yours, all of it. Federal taxes on tips are gone. Second, think about the shift workers. Let's say you work in manufacturing, construction, or nursing. It's Friday afternoon and your boss asks, "Hey, can you pull a double shift tomorrow?" Usually you hesitate. You think, is it worth it? By the time taxes come out of that overtime pay, I'm barely breaking even. That ends now. With the no tax on overtime provision, those extra hours are pure profit for you. It turns overtime from a burden into a bonus. Third, let's talk about our seniors. For our parents and grandparents living on a fixed income, inflation is a nightmare. But this year, the no tax on Social Security policy kicks in. That monthly check they worked their whole lives for, it's finally tax-free. That means more money for groceries and medicine without worrying about a tax bill. And finally, if you financed a car recently that was made in America, you can now deduct that interest on your taxes. It's a win for your wallet and a win for American jobs. This all sounds fantastic, right? But here is the catch. The IRS doesn't just walk up to your door and hand you cash. You have to claim it. So, what do you need to do immediately? Step 1. Get organized. Gather your documents now. Do not wait until April. If you have records of your tips or your overtime hours, find them. You need to prove that income to get the tax break. Step 2, check the Made in USA label. If you bought a car last year, check the VIN number. If it was manufactured here, find your loan interest statements. That is a deduction you do not want to miss. And step 3, talk to a pro. If you use a tax preparer, ask them specifically, are you applying the new no tax on tips and overtime rules to my return? Be your own advocate. Listen, 2026 is shaping up to be the year of the American worker. Whether you are pouring coffee, building houses, or enjoying your retirement, this refund season is designed for you. Don't let this opportunity slip by. Share this information with a friend who works for tips or a coworker who pulls a lot of overtime. Send this to your parents on Social Security. Let's make sure everyone gets the refund they deserve. For the official breakdown and a checklist of what documents you need, click the link right below this video. Go get your money, America. You earned it.